How bad is it?
I do not have one.
So Kasmuel is doing that. What are we doing? What are you doing? May I feel like millennials and Gen Zs actually can win an election.
Yes,
They can.
18 million people.
Welcome to the Politrix podcast. This is yet another episode, and we're right here in Kabarak University, where we are seated with the students from Kabarak University and the students from Egerton University in the city of Nakuru. We will be discussing issues on elections, but we'll also be sharing a wide range of issues on the matters of 27 parliamentary elections. Welcome to the Politrix podcast, and we are in the city of Nakuru. Straight to the panelists. We start from my right-hand side, Wakili Brigid Aroko, who has been a student leader in the Kabarak University. What do you think about the 2027 elections, especially with the Gen Z's participation in that election?
I think if there's a time that Gen Zs can rise to power, then it's 2027. We are well placed. All we need is structure and to unite. We already showed the country what we can do. We can drive policy, we can create a movement, and people can listen to us. So I feel like we just need to align, and Gen Zs could take almost all the positions in government in 2027.
Let me come to the audience very fast. What is the percentage of Gen Zs who are viable to participate in the elections of 2027? Anybody who knows? Anybody who knows? Yes? 5.4 million will be ready to vote in 2027. How then do we participate, or how then do we harness these 5.4 million votes to ensure that they're properly mobilized and they participate in the election of 2027? When I come to you, I can come to you, my second panelist in the middle.
As the Gen Zs, we are coming in hot. Tulakuja na moto, smoking, dragon testing moto, wow. Tulakuja na moto, we are coming united, and we are going to win. We are going to win this. Because the way we are coming, tutashikana mkono na tutaenda mbali pamoja.
What is the strategy? What is the strategy? How are you going to win? Because we've heard before the Gen Z saying, of course, they're tribeless, they're leaderless. Is this the strategy to win the parliamentary elections of 2027?
I think going into 2027, of course, in the run-up to 2027, one thing that we will do, because it's not enough to say Gen Z will take the vote, because they did that. We did that in 2022. But apparently, as you've said, you put statistics, many of us didn't turn out to vote, especially the Gen Zs that took their vote in Nairobi. I was at the front line mobilizing the Gen Zs to take the vote in Nairobi, but I think out of fear and panic, many of them flew up country, so they didn't vote. So we will do so much heavy lifting to ensure that while we want the Gen Z to participate, we do not coerce them to take the vote in certain regions, which they may never be available during the voting day. And also, one thing that I want to emphasize, because we all agree that we want change in the country, that change is within us. And that means all of us, or some of us, I don't know, you will confirm from the room how many are interested to contest for election in 2027.
Let me just throw it to the audience straight away. How many of us are interested in elective positions in 2027? By show of hands. By show of hands.
How many?
How many are we? So this is literally 3/4 of the room.
Yes.
Comrades, power.
So,
yes.
make true that reality, because I know some of us, the fear that we have is resources, but the 2027 election will not be a resource issue on the part of the youth, but will be a resource issue on the guys who have been there, and they will be striving so much to maintain the status quo, so they will spend money. But on the young people, once we rally behind my sister here, and I have a privilege of knowing her, just stand up, please. For I recognize
Stand
you.
up,
Yes,
let's
you.
see. Yeah.
I have known her. We have done some campaigns for eradication of malaria together, and I know her very well. So what I'm trying to say is just please be seated.
Just remain standing because I want to ask a question as you finish. Yes.
Yes. So what I'm saying is, let us make, because I was having off the cuff conversation with some young people out here, and many of them, the fear is on resource. So you step up. The parties are there. My party is there. The party will give you a ticket. The party will fund you, and we will hope for the best in 2027.
Thank you. Maybe you give us your name, then I throw my question.
I'm Yvonne Karim Indegwa.
Yvonne Karim Indegwa, the Westminster Parliament, that is the British Parliament, in the last general election, or on the snap election that they held, this must have been either a year or 2 years ago, we saw an upsurge, and for the first time, people who were born in 1997 are now representing constituencies in Britain, right, in the Westminster Parliament. Do you think that the challenge of resources is a question because a born 97 in Britain has no much difference as a born 97 in Kenya, because they are most probably all still going through the school process? Do you think it's actually...
Yes, resource is a challenge because of the handouts. Most Kenyans, kama sahi wenye my friend here has said, anataka kusimama as the member of parliament, Mumias East, watu wamemwambia atume kitu, si ndio? So I feel like resources kwa youths, it's the most challenging part.
Are we in agreement? No.
Manze, even me, I'm not in agreement.
Okay,
How much money did we need to conduct the maandamano on June 25th? It was 0 shillings, right?
So it's organic.
And for us Gen Zs, we are different. We're a different generation. I feel like we just need to go out and vote for leaders who we believe in. Because we are very woke. We know what's happening. Let's just call these people out for their bullshit and vote right.
Of course, there are issues that happen in the election process, okay? One of them is preparation for election. And in preparation for election, resource is a question, right? But the Gen Zs last year demonstrated, as Wakili Aroko is saying, they demonstrated unmatched will that they mobilized to an extent that the president had to give in. Do you really think that we can't mobilize the Gen Zs for our serious run once again in 2027 with self-financing, just like it is done in America? Anybody? Or I take it back to the panel, yes. Yeah. Oh, somebody, okay, here.
Yes, I'm Patrick Awino. I want to briefly comment on something before I answer that one. It is so easy to fight against someone as youth, but it is so difficult to build a youth as youth. So the question of whether we Gen Zs can support one person entirely depends on different personality. Remember, we are still young. Most of us, we are still young. And we have the perception of us, most of us, we have the perception of us making it. We chase the bag. Now you want to tell me you want to come to VAI, and then you want me to make you the leader you are, yet I'm still chasing the bag. Definitely it will become a problem. And it will be so easy for me to kashifu the Kasongo, because I know demonstration, we youths, however, how much we like doing democratic thing, we like doing activist, but at the end of the day, I want to, in my opinion, I feel we enjoy, let me say we enjoy disaster. Yes, we enjoy making people suffer. Yes.
Okay, a lady,
Hello, everyone. My name is Caroline Bosibori, and I tend to concur with him. As much as we may not need the funding from outside, there comes the problem of sellouts. As campus students, we are experiencing sellouts even in campus politics, where we find ourselves getting the wrong leaders because of sellouts. Now we go out there, and now we want to get the best leaders for the country. And then someone somewhere who has been hyping us becomes a sellout because of money. So the money is a factor. Now, if we can just know that we have sellouts within us, we'll know money is a factor, 1. 2, we need to understand that yes, tunataka youths pale. But if we do not agree, kisisi, fulani na fulani na fulani, and then we will support you. Not because nyinyi ndio mko na pesa nyingi, but because tena kutatokea na the battle of pockets. Who has a huger pocket? So money is and will be a problem unless we talk.
I want to take it back to the panel before we come to the other side. My co-panelists or co-host, Sir Isaac Okeno, will be on that side. He's coming that side. But as he comes, I want to take it back to the panel. Just one question, then we jump back to the audience, okay? Let me ask you this. You've heard what Bosibori has said. The question of money. You have run a campaign in the University of Nairobi, the university that has produced the Embakasi East Member of Parliament. How much money did you spend and how did you raise it?
Help.
Be honest.
So, I believe money is not a problem. Because what matters ni ground. Ground may not matter. I believe all of you here have participated in school elections, yeah? You've seen aspirants who come with so much money, wengine wakuji na pesa, na mwenye anakuja na pesa mingi ndio ana end up kulose. Even in the nationwide, kuna watu wanakuchanga na pesa na wanashindwa. So, I believe money is not a factor. Tukishikana vizuri, as I said it before, we are not the generation that used to be bought with money. Hatuwezi hongwa, hatuwezi nunuliwa. That's what money does.
You said money is not a factor.
Money is not a big
But my
factor.
question was, you contested
Yeah.
for the chairmanship or the presidency of the University of Nairobi, right?
Yeah.
You used money.
A bit.
Logistics.
A bit is subjective. My simple question was, because there is a concern for the question of money from them, okay? Before my brother Isaac picks. How did you raise your money? And how hard was it?
Raising money as a student.
It's also genuine to say, I got it from somewhere else. It's okay.
Yeah, raising money as a student and as a comrade is not that easy. So we usually get external support from family, friends, help.
Thank you so much. Comrades power. Help PN as a campaign. Now to my brother.
Let me
Yes,
interject a
okay.
bit, eh?
Yeah.
Let me interject a bit on the money factor.
Yes, please.
Wacha tuibiane siri hapa. Ukiona ule mtu anamwaga pesa kwa ground na bwana anajua hana ground. So hiyo pesa inakuja mingi ndio hope kugeuza ground akitumia hiyo pesa. But there are two instances, I can draw two instances of politicians in this who campaigned in this country. They had nothing, but they successfully won election. One of them is my member of parliament. Another one is the governor for Kericho. Those of us who are from Kericho will agree. In fact, the people who are fundraising for the governor. And others. So,
Toto.
Siri ni hii. Comrades, siri ni hii. Wale wenye wanasema wanataka viti, anza kubuild ground yako. Enda uanze kukaa na wale wa mama, watu wa nduthi, vijana, vyama. In so doing, hata hii pesa mnasema unatafuta, itaanza kukuja kwa sababu already mtu ataona kuna potential mahali, so wanakuja na kupea boost. So, if you don't want to spend much, or you fear there is a resource problem, ni kuongelesha watu, enda ubuild ground wako, anza kuongelesha watu.
Thank you so very much. Let me bring it back to the audience and to you, Sir Isaac, where you are. Yes.
Some people here who have an opinion. Yes.
Comrade power. Comrade wisdom. Yeah, you say a short man is not short everywhere. So, I want to channel this question to Aruko. Aroko. So, Aroko in Kabarak 2022, my friend. You can testify, sindo? Alitolea mingi hapo bedhei. Paka nikalewa siku mbili sijui kwangu. So, so what I say is that money matters a lot. Studio comrade. For instance, we have very powerful and very potential comrades that they in 2027 they want a seat. Sino kweli? But a comrade to get money to mobilize a group of people to support campaign ana pesa. Sino kweli? So my friend, pesa ina matter. Like ule jamaa anataka kupiga salasa. Sino kweli? Salasa kuja hapa ape watu punch. Wewe unajua pesa huwezi pata sauti. Sino kweli? Haiwezi pata sauti. So guys, let us not escape from the reality.
Thank you.
Money matters.
Thank you. Makofi kwake. Thank you.
Yes, just a quick one as we move forward. We are here to get solutions. Therefore, we cannot go by the status quo and say money matters. Therefore, we are going to sit down and not do anything about it.
Yes.
The reason why we are here is to make sure it does not do what? Money does not do what? Yes.
Yes, comrades power. Yes, thank you. I'm Mukinyi, Frederick Otieno. And I want to tell you guys, there is difference between campus politics and outside politics. That was, we have to agree. Because the system that is used to vote in university is for delegates, ndio? But ya huko nje ni popular voting. I want to tell you that even me, 2027, I'll be vying for MCA. And I want to tell you, my members of county assembly, if it was money last time, he would have won. But what you should know, the outside politics is that people are very wise. So if they know somebody is a leader, they will come and say, well, not peleka, and they will take your money. So I'm urging all youths, it is not all about money. It's all about the strategy and the smartness you are able to deliver. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Coming to the front where I am at, I want to give it to him, and I'm asking him a specific question or guiding conversation in this way. Why does youth representation in parliament matter as much as you accompany that answer together with whatever you wanted to add on whatever I was saying? Why is the youth representation in parliament important?
Yes, thank you very much. The youth representation in parliament is very important because it's only the youths who understand what our colleagues are going through. Time has come in this country that the old dogs must leave and the old monkeys must leave the forest. If they will not leave the forest, then we will take away the bananas and plant pineapples in those forests. It's about the money in elections. I think we do not need money to win an election. We do not need money to win an election. All we need is to convince our voters. As the youths of this country, it's time that we question conventional wisdom and rethink the old dogmas. The old institutions and the old ideas have broken down. Right now, we are building a new structure. Most of us here have participated in a maximum of 1 or 2 elections. We participated in the 2022 elections. We voted in leaders who bribed us so that we can vote them in. After their bribing, we have realized that they are doing nothing. It is now time that we vote people who have ideas, people who have working manifestos, people who will help us as a generation. Yes, thank you very much.
Governor,
Governor. Before Thank you so much. Before I take it back to the panel for this specific question. Oh, there is someone else speak there? In a minute. 1 minute.
Thank you so much. Thank you. According to me, money is still a factor in this generation. Money is a very important factor because when you look at the voting pattern of our university leadership, money still plays a very great role in the kind of leaders being elected. For example, I am happy to see one of my directors some time back, Aroko, back there. In that election which happened in the year 2022, we can say that money has been influencing the youth. Money has been really influencing the youth because once you are given something, once the most important thing is just the mobilization ability alongside money. You cannot go without with only mobilizing ability without money. When you look at the elections in 2022, in the national elections, Gen Z, it's time that Gen Z will wake up and utilize and educate educate the wanasema nini? Those generation, the millennials, kwa sababu wanatuangusha sana. Wao wanatuitanga, wanatuambianga walikuwa number ones kwa shule. So unashindwa kama walikuwa number one na wako hivyo. Na wa mwisho sasa? Wa mwisho wako aje? Wanatuambianga walikuwa number one all those years. So it's time we change. It's time we change the module and utilize the youth vote. One thing I don't understand ni ile wanatuambianga ati kama wamedanganywa for 50 years since independence mpaka leo bado wanadanganywa. Yeah? So it's time for the youth to take over.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Makofi kwake. There is a burning point here. There is a burning point here. And I'm giving one of you. Okay, so let's go.
So thank you. My name is Frank. And you know, however much Frank you are, you cannot tell your mother-in-law to sit properly. So let me say this. I think money is not a factor because when you look at the French Revolution of 1789, when the youth of France were storming the Bastille, that is in 17th July 1791, do you know what happened? King Louis the 16th had a lot of cash, but the youth there said no. So 2027 you are saying money will not play a factor. Thank you very much.
Yes. Comrades, chalala. Comrades, wisdom. No matter how handsome a man is, you can never seduce your mother. So, I've been listening to the arguments zenye imekuwa ikiendelea hapa, but I want to speak in a perspective ya watu wa Mlima, si ndio? Ya watu wa Meru. I've heard my friends wamesema money is a factor. Let me tell you something. In as much as tuna argue up, you come to Meru County. Meru is money is a factor. Ni ukweli watu wa Meru ni uongo. Ni oma na ni urongo. Ni oma. That is a Marian language trying to ask them if ni ukweli ama ni uongo. So let me tell you something. Like myself, in a place that I come from, nimetoka Meru, a place called Egembe Central. Like now, I started a campaign on Wednesday. We are tunapigana na MP. Sai, I'm arguing with my cousin here. Hata mtu ya kamera natachukua. That cousin alikuwa analalamikia on Monday that pesa ya CDF ijafika so that afanye exam. But now, because alitumia 200 or 300 na MP, now is out there praising the MP. Let me tell you something. When you come to the Mlima region, Wakili can testify to that. Money is a big factor. But, nimpe sasa mic. Let me finish that, nikiongea later. Thank you.
This is Daniel Esho. I'm the Student Director Gender and Co-Curriculum Activities at Egerton University. And I would like to speak for 2 minutes. Abraham Lincoln said that it takes courage to stand up and speak the truth. And it is true that the truth can never be defeated. You see, Odhiambo, you cannot have education freedom without having economic freedom. You cannot have political independence without having economic freedom. All this lies on the spectrum of tranquility if all we can achieve economic freedom. And therefore, money plays a major factor. And let me tell you this. You see, if we can stop as the youth collecting those handouts and think on ways we can consolidate our funds, even if from the county level up to the national level, and assist our own youth which are going for this position. That's the only way we can able to win for this position. Failure to do that, we won't achieve our dreams of becoming leaders, because this is a system that has been already been created and it is there. And for if you use the student from the institution, you can clearly see that if you find an institution running that way, you cannot bring an innovative idea to change the system. The system must remain the way it is, and if the system must remain the way it is, we must think on ways we can consolidate our fund.
Thank you.
Question. We all understand that voters' apathy is not a sure ingredient of classical leadership. It is tantamount to electing bad leaders. And that voters' apathy is money and many other factors.
And we are coming to voter apathy towards the end of the session.
Yes.
So maybe you just finish, then I come back to the panel. Thank you.
So for us as youth, we need to consider on how we are going to consolidate our money and leave alone the handouts that we're being given, so that they can ally us, people who are self-centered, to support their priorities. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Comrades, power. We turn to the panelists. We are coming. We love the back. We love the back. We are coming, okay? We're coming there shortly. Now, to my panelists, there is an important question. There is the issue of political gatekeeping by major parties in this country. Of course, politics happens within the confines of the Constitution. Nothing happens outside it. Even during the BBI initiative, there was the constituent congregation that was said by the Supreme Court, by the Appeals Court, that was not properly congregated, which means even the extra constitutional means is still confined within the Constitution. Now, the clear dictates of the Constitution indicates that politics happens either within political parties or you can contest as an independent candidate. Most of you, or if not all of you, are definitely going for some seat in 2027. What does the gatekeeping by major political parties do to this generation of future leaders who cannot afford, one, the party politics, and two, the politics of the party leaders? I start with you, my brother.
Thank you very much. And as a point of information, I know this information is not with comrades. Many of them not have this information. In this country, we have 91 registered political parties, duly registered by the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties. Out of these 91 political parties, 48 are funded by the government. I know also some of us may not know that political parties receive funding from the government, and that is the reason why we encourage the young people to come even to the party to benefit from this fund, because this funding, the parties draw programs that empower the young people, peer-to-peer programs. I know some of us have been to those programs, and the advantage now of this multipartyism is that if you are disinterested in being ODM, you jump ship, go to Wiper, or go to another political party that you think carries your aspiration.
Are these political parties, what I'm asking is, are these political parties helping, or the gatekeeping that they're doing, is it of hindrance to the desires of these people who are going to contest in 2027?
Now, from where I sit, from my experience, I have not seen gatekeeping within political parties. And I was going to the next point, which is to draw my personal experience.
Aroko disagrees. Let me just come to Aroko straight away. She's given you a bombastic side eye. Aroko.
I mean, there's a lot of gatekeeping in political parties. Come on.
No, it is not.
Me, where I come from, very few young leaders are given nominations. Yeah? We have very talented, outspoken people who vie, but when party primaries come, it's always the one with the most experience or the one who's been loyal to the party the most, who's fronted. Yeah? So there's a lot of gatekeeping, and I feel like political parties really need to start molding young people.
Thank you.
If you were to look at the statistics, especially a party like ODM. I mean, young people.
All right. ODM takes a hit, but there is a question there, right there.
I think you didn't understand me.
Okay.
My point is,
Yeah.
out of the many political parties we have, is if you feel this party is not serving your interest, you should jump ship, go to the one that serves your interest. And that's why I was telling you, I first joined, for example, myself, I first joined Wiper when I was in campus second year. Then over time, I jumped ship, went to ODM. You go to the party to bring value. That's why you see some of them, like even the Secretary General of ODM. He is where he is now because he brought value. So it's not enough to say, let me join this movement and to be guaranteed I want to be given a ticket. But it is incumbent upon us to make impact within those political parties by drafting, for example, myself, I drafted the youth charter in UDM, and I have been able to put a voice to some of the policy standpoints that the party has taken, including even
Thank you. Let me come to Trevor.
Comrades, wisdom. Comrades, wisdom. I believe there is so much gatekeeping in political parties. Even in nominations, tickets, they don't give the youth. Like where I come from, how do you give a 56-year-old youth representative? How? How do you give seats to old people claiming to be seats given to the Gen Zs? How does that happen? So the political parties are really gatekeeping, na ndio maana interest zetu haziwezi enda mbele, haziwezi.
So what is the end game?
That brings, yes, please.
If you were to use a practical example, we have Teddy here. Yeah, Teddy?
Teddy.
Wave, yeah? You've all seen him. Teddy wants to vie for governor, and he wants to go against the Honorable Gladys Wanga. What are the odds that ODM will give Teddy a ticket and not Gladys Wanga? 0, yeah? So that's the reality on the ground. That's the reality on the ground. And I honestly feel like if these political parties can't accommodate us, then let's form our own political parties.
Yes. Which takes me to the back. Which takes me to the back. But before the back, there's somebody here. My question is this, to the person who is talking. As you talk, I need to answer this question. We are confirming that there's a question on political parties gatekeeping. The electorate side with the political parties. The electorate is seated right inside this room here and now. Can we look ourselves into the eyes and find out what is the problem? Why do we side with the political party that then does major gatekeeping that denies youth's chances? And maybe if you can mention between the 2-3 major political parties in Kenya today, which one of them has given youth an opportunity as compared to the other into elective politics?
Okay, once again, I want to say I was involved in one of the capacity building where it was all about governance and about political parties. And number one, we were told for youths to form a political party, they need 200,000 to register a party. Is that true?
Yes.
It is very much true. So if also we are going to say that we're going to form our political party, that means we need money, right? Number two, about youth nominations. Most of the parties, they don't do that. And then number three, you guys used the reference of Gen Z protest, right? If you can remember very well, I was also in the Mandamano. Some wananchi like hao ndo walikuwa watusaidia. Unapata watu wanapeana maji, ni different people, chakula, place ya kujificha, like ni watu kujitolea, si ndio? So what if ifika 2027 na hata watu wa kutusaidia, watu wa maji, watu wa soda and everything, tutaenda wapi? So I feel like as we can organize ourselves and look for funds. Funds must be there, despite how small, how big, fund must be there. And we also look for organization that will help us provide whatever we need.
Thank you. Thank you. At the back, we take the mic to the back. We take the mic to the back. To the back, I see the guy who does the Gachagua comedy. Is that him? At the far back.
I just have one person, then we go to the back. Just one person.
Okay.
Aya, vijana tusilale, Lale lale vijana tusilale. Bado mapambano, mapambano, mapambano. Haya, just a minute. On the issue of political handouts, I believe we are a generation that have changed the criteria of evaluation on how we choose our leaders. Sorry. On the criteria of evaluation, I believe we are a generation that have changed the criteria of evaluation. We no longer believe in handouts. The policies that have been implemented by these leaders are the ones that are pushing us to be participants in 2027 election. To register, to pick a kura, let's be involved in forming the day government. Asante.
Comrades power. Comrades power. At the back on my right, Isaac, at the back on my right, the gentleman in black and white flowered shirt, if I'm not wrong.
Viva comrades, viva! Viva comrades, viva! Viva. Comrades power! Comrades power! Yes, I just want to tell you as we proceed, comrades, I just want to tell you as we proceed that this platform will be used to judge how serious we are. Therefore, I'm pleading with you, let's keep quiet and then we'll listen to the news. Comrades power! Comrades power!
Comrades nja. Comrades nja. That is the slogan of Ajawa. Let me dispense wisdom. No matter you have a beautiful wife in a poor hostel, she can't be loyal. Ukweli, ukweli. Ukweli, ukweli. First of all, I want to greet the MP Seme and the MP East Okay, I want to say like this. In this politics, I usually call it the politics of matrix. Because we use that politics to create the matrix of politics. Niongee. Niongee nisiongee. Niongee nisiongee. Niongee nisiongee.
Talk. Ongea. And my question to you,
yes,
as you talk, there is a problem in this country. I have asked the lady here, and I want to also refer to you, that when we leave school and go back home, we return to our clan cocoons, which has been identified to be the biggest problem to the rise of new ideas and new leaders to leadership position. If you face yourself in the mirror, you who is holding the microphone today, what are you going to do differently to ensure that a Gen Z who is from Kisumu or Mombasa or Turkana or Central Kenya can become the president of this country or can sit in parliament devoid of the current political establishment? What will you do?
Okay, I'm sorry. First of all, I'm Boniface Omori, Alliance OCS, the Kingpin's Communications Director, Ajawa Party. And I'm from Migori County. Let me tell you, first of all, if I become the president of this country, Kenya.
Yes.
Comrades wisdom.
Allow me to carry on. Thank you. Tumpigie makofi. Tumpigie makofi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love you very much. Comrades. Isaac. Oh, him, then the guy in pink on my right. Yes, please. My question to you. Comrades power. Comrades power. Comrades are intellectuals. Sindio? A moment of silence. Can the room go quiet? Of course, Kabarak and Dijaton are elegant. For the quality of production to be outstanding, we require complete silence in the audience. Complete silence. So I'll call again. Comrades power. Comrades silence. Pick up.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Before I speak on the question that you yesterday asked, I wish to give these 3 facts, and they are very unpopular, and none of you is going to like them. And being a guarantee that you are a good leader. You can be a youth, and you are as bad as the old ones. Therefore, nobody will elect you just because you are a youth. Actually, we are all youths. If you are planning to go with the youth card, the women in the village, oh, I'm young, I have full beards, it is a rubbish story. You be elected because of your competence and the leadership quality you are going to. Now, you must understand that the country does not belong. Gen Zs are a constituent of Kenya, but we are not the only people who are going to vote. Have that. Number 3, as Ayub Juguna, I'm elected as the senator in Nyandarua County. My interest will change. My interest will shift from Gen Zs to my constituents. As we try to maneuver this thing, we must understand what are our issues. Where are they issues to us? And who is going to push them? So that we don't make a lot of noise that does not impregnate anything. So, back to the questions whether we can have Gen Z president or not. One, you cannot be the president of Kenya without 35 years of age. That is one. So we are not going to have a Gen Z being the president 27. That is a fact. And 2, however much you may try to push Gen Zs, the tribal card will play a part. We have seen them in universities, and these same people who tribal card is something you cannot ignore. However, these people are, tribe will still play.
Comrades, power! Comrades, wisdom! I want to submit to you that a naked man pockets not. I also want to introduce myself by saying that I am Ouma BH, an author and the best campus representative of the year. Now, to come on matter which we are discussing at hand, I am worried as I'm sitting here whether we have come from Mars or are we really on Earth? When we indeed all of us are from Earth, are on Earth, you should know that money is very critical. When you people are speaking about youths, you should know that youths are people aged between 18 to 35 years. Statistically, people from economy will agree with me that youths that are registered voters only make up to 29% of the total population. Therefore, we cannot make it into positions that we are in need of if we don't engage the millennials. Now, my solution is, because the problem we have as Kenyans and as Africans is that not because we can't resolve the problems, it is because we can't see the problems. And number 1 is, ask yourself, Honorable Njuguna, my good friend there, said that it is not our age that's going to make us to be elected. He talked about competency. I want to give a thumbs up to that by telling you, and who stood there, that one of the things that we must do is to develop our character. Go there in the village, and the small things you are going to do there at home are what are going to make you become unique. What have you done? Comrades, power! Comrades, power! I want to tell you that the surest way to reveal the character of a human being, the character of a true leader, is not perversity, but when you give him power. Therefore, let us go there with good ideas. Let us check on those things which are affecting people from our community. Let us begin from the grassroots, and in that leadership will be seen in us. And when we come there, there lies the solution. And generally, as a nation, now as a nation, it is not the problem about parties. We have had situations where they play the monkey bush game, where they are just recycling old generation who have messed up with with our resources. So what I can recommend us is, number one, let us very sober, let us be tribeless, let us be non-ethnic, so that we go ahead to select those people who can really represent us. Then from that, we can now see who is going to be our party, whether it is going to be Tibim party of Babu Oweno, let it be, or whether it is going to be Ajawa party, let it be. Otherwise.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Round of applause to him. That is what we envision. Now, coming to the panelists. We have the stereotype. Hello. Comrades power. Comrades silence. We have the stereotype of inexperience when we look at the youths. When we are looking at elections that involve the youth, especially to the positions like the one that my brother here is looking for, the governorship of Homa Bay, the MP's position, we look at them with a stereotype of inexperience. Okay? All of us, even you seated in this room, when you retire privately, you have a stereotype against young leaders. And my question to the panelists here is, and in just a minute, sorry, how do we do away with the stereotype of inexperience amongst leaders who are capable, like this young man here? Because if you look at the president of the United States in 2008, was Barack Obama, who was inexperienced, but was elected to be a president of the United States. How do we fight this stereotype off?
Thank you very much. One way to beat that stereotype, and I like the contribution made by the two last guys. One way, as we said, you are not going to be elected or to be considered because you are a youth. Youth is not a qualification. You need to make a contribution. If you are given an opportunity to be in a room like this, and we have Raila Amolo Odinga seated here, and all these party leaders that we have all revered, given a microphone, what will you say that will make them shake in terms of intellectually, not just coming out aggressively and pointing things that are rather seen as archaic. So it's upon us to beat that stereotype by showing our potential and capacity, so that when given an opportunity, the way I was given an opportunity to serve, I have to do it so well so that I create an opportunity for another young person who wants to be considered for such an opportunity. And given that opportunity, please do well, because the danger of you not doing well is unaharibia wale wako nyuma yako. Kwa sababu then mtu atasema ona vile alibehave.
Like Salasia.
You see, Salasia is making it difficult for us, because when we go there, we have to do a lot of heavy lifting. We have to prove that another youth given an opportunity, hatavuta bangi in public, hata answer behave in a manner that is not in consonance with the person of our leader. So let us beat, guys, comrades, let us beat that stereotype by showcasing our potential when given an opportunity. And then, allow me just please in finishing.
Yes.
Guys, I know Aroko and others have agreed that other parties are gatekeeping, and so we need to form our own parties. My sister there akaonyesha dynamic of forming a political party. Hatuna resources, utaambia vijana anzani kuchanga tulete 200,000 to raise nini, itakuwa not possible. So it is better let us join these parties and fight from within. We can actually manage when we fight from within than when we fight from outside.
Quick question.
And I'm speaking from experience. So let us be aggressive. Let us show our capacity. All of us are comrades here. We are intellectuals. Let us work on our capacity, and these guys will fear you. Marco Ure is given platform because of the capacity he has. Given a microphone, you see the things he say. And so he is able to receive traction. It is possible with us.
Quick question.
Thank you.
Quick question to you. How much money did we raise after the movement to bury our Gen Zs who had left us? It was 30 million.
Over 30 million.
Over 30 million. Over 30 million was raised for Gen Zs by the citizens of this country. So what do you think? Okay, sorry, no. Why do you think we cannot fundraise as Gen Zs?
That question by Aroko is good. Okay, there are parties that have been formed. post the 25th of June demonstration, like Inject Party. How many are Inject Party? Because those are parties that we see as Gen Z Party, right? How many? There's a party by Morara. Called Inject. How many are Inject? How many are in Inject?
Morara is a sellout. It's a sellout.
A sellout, right?
I mean, okay.
And still, and if you perceive that as a sellout, still Munyendo that is seated here will form a party na mtakuja hapo mtasema tu pia ni sellout. So bottom line, what I'm saying is we have more than enough political parties, guys. And listen to me. Join these political parties and grow from there.
Let me take this.
That way.
Let me take, before I come to you, just by acclamation, how many of us
in political parties
belong to a political party?
Yes. How many?
How many? Good. Now I go further. How many of those who have raised their hands, comrades power, how many of those who have raised their hands belong to the United Democratic Alliance?
UDA.
UDA. Good. How many? There's a point you're driving to.
Yes.
Because he's raised a point, okay?
Yes.
We don't invalidate the other person's point. Yeah. That is the courtesy of debate. How many of those who have raised their hands belong to the United Democratic Movement? UDM. How many belong to the Orange Democratic Movement? Good. How many belong to the Amani National Congress, now defunct? How many belong to CCM?
Wiper.
How many belong to KANU? So the biggest representation is in ODM and UDA. Ajawa party. Is it registered? In the hearts of the people. Okay. Now, coming to you. We have a big question here. You can see it.
I have a very bad.
Okay. Yes, please. Go ahead.
Personally, what I'm trying to say is there is no wrong in us joining political parties, yeah? These political parties have existed. I don't know whether they have impacted you or not, but me personally, I have not felt the impact of these political parties, yeah? And where were these political parties when the finance bill was almost passing? Yeah? Where are these political parties when youth are unemployed? When SHUA, whatever, is being passed? Where are these political parties when the youth were being killed on the streets for protesting? So I'm not saying political parties are bad. I'm just saying this Gen Z movement is special. And people have tried to tell us that, oh, we are just children, we are inexperienced. But no, we were able to call out the finance bill. We were able to shoot it down because we were woke enough to see that our rights were not being taken account of. So I generally feel like if these political parties cannot serve us or accommodate us, then we need to form ours.
Thank you. We you know something we've noted that is interesting, which I agree with all of you, is that we are not really interested in political parties, right? We are interested in things doing what? Working. In things doing what? Working. Now, how do we ensure then that things work?
No matter how a man bleaches himself, you can never change the color of your scrotum. Comrades power. Comrades rear. So.
All right. Carry on. Carry on.
Yeah. So, I believe as Gen Zs, as the youth, we should create our own party. These parties that have existed have proven to us that they are doing nothing to us. Wametudanganya muda mrefu, sijui barabara itoke Koturo, ikuje gari, ikuje Wajia, mumeiona. So, I believe as Gen Zs, we should be given the opportunity to serve, the opportunity to prove ourselves, and the opportunity to be supported whenever we need assistance. And I believe that tukisaidiwa hapa na pale, tutaenda mbali sana. Yeah.
Let me throw it back to the audience as we end this first session. And we are coming to the middle, then we come to this side. So, somebody at the middle. We are coming to you. We are coming to you. Be sure, I listen to everybody.
Comrades, power! We have a comrade here all the way from Kisii University. Please give him a hand of applause.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm Troven Sadila Somondi, a student from Kisii University. I want to say that I'm going to conform to the Ajawa party before I leave to Kisii. Next, I have this feeling that Gen Z movement or the Gen Z revolution that was there during our days or during the days that we were fighting for some little things here and there is bigger and better than every political party that we have in this country. Gen Z revolution and Gen Z movement is bigger and better than ODM, than UDA, than all the political parties, and only if we stand firm and conform to everything that the Gen Z revolution requires. Those who love history, I want to take you back to the history of this country. In every political turnpoint in this country, not only in Kenya, but also in other countries and the states of America and other countries that we've been following the history of, in every political turnpoint, it always comes with a lot of chaos, a lot of shockings, and a lot of bloodshed, and a lot of deaths. So when I stand with a lot of courage to say that 2027 should be treated as a political turnpoint, gearing the youths, gearing the citizens of this country towards liberation, then we should think towards the line of the days of Malcolm X, the days of Martin Luther King, the days of those great men who are fighting for liberation. And that is only if we stand firm, forget about the favor of the political parties, working on our own personal branding as the youths who are working towards the leadership and clinching to the leadership post, and work towards your brand. Your brand will attract the political party before you even look for them. And your brand can even outshine the political party before they look for you. We have seen very many people who are vying with independent seats, with independent categories. Not only in Nakuru here, but we also have some people like Okia Omtata. They beated or they fought against and won against those notorious and famous political parties, only because they work strong without the favor of the political parties, but only with the interest of the people and towards their own benefit of making themselves a brand than the political parties. So mine is only to tell you guys that we can be better than the political parties. And we can make it so big that the political parties will only be looking for the Gen Zs alone before they consider the old, selfish, big-stomached men and women in the parliament. So
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Our time to work on ourselves and ensure that we are competent to be chosen by those political parties. Thank you so much.
How bad is it?
I do not have words.
So Kasmol is doing that. What are we doing? What are you doing? May I feel like millennials and Gen Zs actually can win an election.
Yes,
they can.
18 million people.